It's the time to get down.
Oh, the good news. The good news is that you got wonderful, wonderful movements of peace going on around the world.
Okay.
And also the good news is that even though the jobs are down, you know, some industries seem to be resilient, Vic, because the porn industry is hurting, but it's still bringing jobs.
Did they specify the type of jobs it's bringing? Or do they not post those like on the state employment agency wall program? You know?
Well, they're very good jobs.
Okay.
And because I wanted to bring that into you because selling your body may have to, it's what we might have to do more. I'm looking at mine. That's why I'm working out.
Okay.
And, but it's still bringing jobs. These are the oldest jobs. So I was reading here about a number of things that I thought was pretty interesting. One, that pole dancing is really catching on in Russia.
Oh, that's good.
They really are into pole dancing.
Right.
And that even though porn is hurting, it is still bringing jobs to America. So first of all, our good news is that there are still porn jobs out there.
Okay.
As soon as I can get this up. I know how bad y'all want to see this one.
Yeah. Well, you notice you said porn as soon as I get this up. So obviously you're preparing
I'm
people
older.
to be.
I'm older.
You're preparing people.
Mac understands.
But I'm just saying.
You work up to shit.
You can't put
Time.
porn and I'm about to get this up.
I can't eat before
Without
sex.
people-
I go to sleep.
Just see. I tried to get
Well, and Vic, let's take a look at this.
All right. Unfortunately.
This piece.
You know what? See,
What?
I'm not saying.
I'm super horny.
More people than ever are watching porn, and high demand is all that an industry needs to grow and keep jobs coming. The U.S. is the top producer of video pornography in the world, and LA San Fernando Valley is the porn capital
Hey!
with 90% of the industry.
What's up? What's up?
This huge appetite for sex is helping people to get their lives on track.
There's
Stinky.
new girls coming all day, hundreds of them.
Girls like Kelly Devine, hesitant at first to get into the business, but short of money and job prospects, she drove across the country from Pennsylvania to cash in on the sex trade.
I was worried about what other people would think, and I didn't even know what I was thinking, but I was just going through a really bad time. I was so
I'll just
broke.
go suck some.
America's insatiable desire for porn isn't just helping the performers stay employed. U.S. porn revenue exceeds the combined revenues of ABC, CBS, and NBC. In Los Angeles, one of the busiest sites for on-location filming is this building, which happens to be operated by an adult film studio.
There's no question that there are tens of thousands of people who are somehow impacted by the adult industry. Either they work directly in the business or someone in their family works in the business.
Stephen Hirsch, the head of the world's largest adult video producer, admits the adult entertainment
drive
industry
past that all
is
the
not
time.
immune to the recession, but says companies like his are weathering the storm, keeping people working at a time when Southern California is battered by record unemployment and imploding finances. Vivid Entertainment's stable of stars includes the Russian-born Russo twins.
Whoa!
Taylor Russo
Prince
was
likes that kind
struggling,
of stuff.
working in an office and as a waitress. She decided to trade her two jobs for what she sees as a more exciting and lucrative life in the adult film world. And she's not the only one switching from a business suit to a G-string.
Who knows? Your bank teller might be a porn star.
I get everyone from accountants, dental assistants, librarians, teachers. I had a girl that worked at Walt Disney World.
And now the sexually adventurous can set up their own webcams at home and charge for an interactive experience with the porn watcher. With the emergence of the internet, many budding
Safe
porn
and
stars
clean.
have found it unnecessary to hook up with big production
Safe and
companies.
clean.
But it has also forced many of them to push the envelope even further just to make a buck off of sex.
I know girls who's gone into it and they're willing to do anything and they still can't get hired.
It is
We can get
this
you on the
that
Pack
concerns
Stereo
many
show.
conservative groups who see porn as exploitation of women.
I understand but it's not your right to tell someone else what they can and can't do. There's no morality police out there. People have the right to watch. Adults have the right to watch what they want in the privacy of their
Pocket pool.
In this day and age of risque cable shows like True Blood or Californication, it's obvious that sex as entertainment is becoming more mainstream. And in Southern California, sex is also keeping many people from sinking into the ranks of the unemployed. In Los Angeles, Ramon Galindo, RT.
Thank you, Ramon. RT, there you go. Now, Vic, there were rumors about you being you look like one of them porn stars. There's one that you favor.
Well, I also have been linked with a rumor that I look like a bald-headed black man who resides somewhere in Southern California. So I'm staffing my my alternative clones to go out and be out in Missouri, Idaho, so we can have a disclaimer.
Well, that's what's that, and all right. So there won't be any body part images. You won't be tweeting any pictures.
You know, just the idea that you say tweeting and porn in the same area, they don't seem to kind of, mesh together. Tweeting and porn, it don't work together.
Well, remember too. Well, okay, but this is the good news, right. The bad news,
right,
and the other shit.
There you go.
And first, we're still in the good news.
Okay.
Now here's the other good news: the Russians have embraced pole dancing.
Away from the strip club and into the everyday. Pole dancing is increasing in popularity in Russia, either as a way of keeping fit or as an art form and sport in its own right. This surge in popularity saw the Russian Pole Dance Federation set up the first national championships. It's in the heat stages now, with 10 girls from each heat going through to the grand final. With the level of athleticism involved, participants have to be in superb physical condition as they try to impress the judges, who mark them not only on gymnastic ability, but also on artistic merit.
I like this combination of force and grace. Pole dancing is quite a forceful thing, but one has to have choreographic training for it as well. So it's a double combination, grace and ease, in addition to force. I am really mesmerized by this.
Pole dancing faces a lot of prejudice, with some people thinking its merits don't travel too far from the gentleman's club. But the Pole Dancing Federation of Russia is trying to raise its image.
Thank you.
Firstly, surely pole dance
the
came
PDFOR.
from but today we try to make it on a very good technical level. So here we see a lot of girls that came from gymnastics, artistics and sport gymnastics, from aerobics, acrobatics and from ballet surely too.
The organisers of the inaugural championship hope that this is just the beginning of something big, and that the winning Russian girls can go on to challenge dancers from the United States and Europe.
I like those
Several
ghetto
girls
strip
have
clubs.
already participated in international
girls like the
championships.
rapper girls.
For example, Yulia Renina will represent Russia at a competition in Jamaica.
$40 and one.
The girl who wins here will go to the championship in Finland.
Pole dancing's popularity in Russia is soaring at the moment. People are getting into it as a way to keep fit instead of Pilates or yoga, but it's also attracting gymnasts and dancers who are looking for something just that little bit different. The organisers of the 2009 Russian Pole Dancing Championships are hoping that they'll see the sport's popularity grow and rise in the years to come.
Go girl!
One thing's for certain, it ain't got no soul if it ain't on a pole.
Oh, I like that.
Hey, ain't got no soul. Thank you. Thank you. It ain't got no soul.
If it's on a pole.
If it ain't on the pole.
Oh, okay. Well,
man.
Yeah, well, hey.
So that's the good news.
All right.
I tell you I had good news.
Well, I'm just saying, if President's Day, if you have to follow up All-Star Weekend and go into pole dancing, cannabis, I think you covered it pretty good. I'm not quite with the illness stuff footage you brought. Kind of got me, but you did good. 2 out of 3.
Well, you wondered too. I'm trying to deal with pertinent issues. What do you do after a wonderful career in gymnastics? What do you do? What do you do? You can become a Disney character at the skating rink.
Yeah.
Or you could do something else.
So
okay. Now that's the end of the good news. Now for that bad news, Vic. It's bad.
All right.
Y'all been watching Wisconsin?
Oh.
All right. Protests coming, y'all. Let's see what I remember, we love to bring you the views of foreign press. Also because the American press are vicious bastards that So as they're circling the drain, they're so paranoid that they don't want us to use our free rights, our fair use rights to show you anything. So they actually fight us tooth and nail for anything. Whereas the foreign press seems to embrace us so much more. Thank you, Russia Television. Thank you, Al Jazeera.
Why are you sticking that in their face?
NBC, kiss my black ass.
Why are you sticking? You're sticking in their face. They're going to be paying you pretty soon.
Well, when they do, then I'll stop saying kiss my black ass. Till then, kiss it. Here we go for a wonderful story. Russia Television, RT America.
Is this at the state capitol in Washington?
This is actually Wisconsin, I believe. Wow. Yeah, I believe that's the state capitol in Wisconsin. That's right. 20,000 people angry. You guys have seen it all throughout Wisconsin. Wow. So the big story is the backlash that continues. It's an ongoing story. And that's out there in the cold, Vic.
What's the backlash?
The backlash is, what are these voters going to do?
Ah, got you. All right.
I don't see that they have a whole bunch of choices either.
Right.
But hey.
Okay.
It doesn't look good. Wow. Well, I just wanted to show you, because they're covering this. For those of you who want to follow it, Russia Television, Al Jazeera, they're looking at this.
Oh, okay. So this was more of a, okay, I got you. This is more of a union protest, right?
Well, it's actually showing, what's going on in Wisconsin right now is that the teachers,
right,
because of the budget cuts, and we've talked about the budget cuts that are actually due to hit all the states for the most part as this deepening economic crisis,
right,
and also the failure of the government to really deal with it. They're actually not dealing with it,
right.
So it's expected that a number of your states, California is coming up next.
Right,
we think everybody is the next state to seemingly have to either do very severe cuts,
right,
or basically go bankrupt. Jerry Brown's going to have to really deal with that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, true. And you know what? Obviously, isn't it interesting when people run for office, they go like, well, if somebody tells you, the state's going to be bankrupt, and they say, I really want to win. What does that tell you?
Well, at least Jerry has a history of serving the people. Remember, he was the governor who refused to stay in the mansion, had a little old crib, but he boning with Linda Ronstadt.
Did you use the word boning?
That means boning is when you share chicken and you suck on the bones, that last little bit.
For those of you who don't know Linda Ronstadt, see, they don't, that's a different generation.
Then look it up. Damn it. You got Google on your phone. Get an app. Look up Linda Ronstadt. She used to be with the governor.
Always remember the story about Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. Every time you tell it reminds you.
I love that one where the guy says, that's what we know. We know somebody, and they are this artist. And they said, boy, you're so wonderful. You remind me of Dean Martin. He says, wow, thank you. Who's Dean Martin?
See?
Oh, shit.
You got it.
Well, I wanted to show you that because there's so much stuff on that. We wanted to acknowledge that bad news.
Yeah.
And let you, and once again, we'll come back to that. We're too tired today.
Yeah.
For all that. But that's bad. But that's going on, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, the one other bad news story I'm showing you related to that is that in order to deal with this economic depression,